Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be setting up the first week of November in my Skinny Classic Happy Nietzsche Happy Bullet Journal. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so like I like to do in these videos, the timestamps will be in both the description box as well as in the pinned comment. We're going to do shout outs. We'll do a quick flip through of some changes I've made to the November setup, and then we'll get right into the setting up of the first week of November in this right here. So starting with the shout outs. Good morning, Miss Colleen. And Colleen had called this only, oh, you're probably like, well, what is this you're referring to, Johanna? Sorry, it's after work and I'm a little frazzled and I don't know why. But it was this spread right here. And what I did, because this was starting to bend, I did put some clear tape down, and most of it I put tape on both sides, but I did leave a little bit that was still sticky so that this could hinge close, but still was not so sticky that I couldn't open it up. So we are Friday right here. It's about 5:15 in the afternoon, and this I'll actually fill out tomorrow. But this is the spread that the shout outs are for. So rewind. Colleen had called this, and that's Colleen from New Jersey. She had called this Only the Brave Shall Knock, or Creeping Out the Neighbors. And thank you for the comments, my dear. Good morning, Bunny. How are you today? Juriana had called this Like Halloween. Donna L had originally thought to call this Discombobulated Halloween, but then decided on Disjointed Halloween. Many blessings to you as well, my dear. And thank you. No, explaining how you got to the name actually was very interesting. So thank you for leaving that amazing comment. Lynette, good morning. And you're right, trick-or-treating as adults is just way more satisfying. I get to buy the candy that I want, and I don't have to rely on the kindness of strangers and their cheap candy. Amanda R. had called this Haunted Halloween Weekly. Annette had called this Haunted Mansion. Sherry had called this, and that's Sherry of Black Dog Designs, JoJo's Haunted Halloween. Good morning, Kathleen and TJ. Bucky says good morning as well, you guys. Mwah. Morning, TJ. Hope you've been good. Anna M. had called this Johanna's Spooky Extravaganza. No, I did not look up the name, but there is a drag queen that I enjoy. And I think her name is something like Lestranja or something like that. And she says it that way. So I can't see that word without saying it that way. I know, you guys didn't need that on a Saturday morning. Louise C. Sweetie, I'm so sorry for your loss as well, and thank you for the love. Happy Halloween, Miss Blue Bonnet. Tanya L., that's Tanya with an O, had called this Death Eater's Party with Dr. Frankenstein. Good morning, Miss Andy. I'm sending you big Samoan hugs to you from me, and I know things are difficult, so just know that I'm thinking about you. Good morning, Miss D, and she had called this Castle of Potions. Kimberly M had said this reminded her of Double Toil and Trouble. Luann had called this Creative Chaos of Creepiness at Castle Jojo. Creative Chaos of Creepiness at Castle Jojo. And I love it. Erin S. had called this Harry Potter Halloween Night. Wanda, good morning to you and the fam. And it does remind me of the Harry Potter films as well, mostly because of this right here and the Death Eaters. Well, and there's some snakes, I think, somewhere. Right there. Oh, whew, thought I was a liar for a second there. Good morning, Miss Emma. Thank you for the lovely comment and all of the love. Yes, thank you. And I loved reading your comment, and it was so detailed. And I know it's a public comment, but sometimes I just feel like you're talking directly to me, even though everyone can see it. And so that's why sometimes I'll mention some things, and sometimes I'm like, oh no, that's just private between me and Emma, even though everyone can see it. Sorry, I just had to explain why sometimes I'll talk about things and sometimes I won't. Any hoodles. And Tiffany had called this Professor J's Anatomy Spooktacular. Thank you guys for the love. Actually, this will go in here. And it goes back here. Because I've started, like someone who's legit in the planner community, writing things down so that I know what goes with what. Now that is actually going to change for next week, but we'll talk about that next week. And so before we get into Nichisaturday legit, we're going to talk about what I've done so far. Again, it's the 30th, so this is something I'm going to work on either tonight or tomorrow. I don't know that any of my thoughts for the entire month are going to change. I will fill this in. I've got some ideas of what I'd like to do this weekend, but since I've come to the realization that I'm not a planner, I'm just going to put down what happened versus what I think might happen. This has stayed the same. This video came out today, so if you haven't seen it, definitely go ahead and check that out. This had stayed the same, and Luann, I am so sorry. Yes, I did not realize until the very end of the video when I had put this back on the discs that I had put October there, but everything else said November, so I had switched that out. So now it all matches. It is all for November. Didn't change that at all. This I did do some additional embellishment on, added that, added those, changed this up right here, switch the position of here, and I actually like this a lot better. Originally, I was going to sum up my buddy read for November, but then I realized this is basically a journal, and I can do that in the journal section. So I just made this as a label, and what I did was I took, well, it's not the same size, but I took two of the same boxes, cut off one end, and then butted them against each other. I don't know if you can see the line there. From a distance, and even from here, it looks like it's just one long sticker, but it actually is two because I just wanted something to take the width of the bottom of the page. I did add in my writing. I did the in and out because that's my thoughts for the month. I did add this. This came from this right here, as well as that and some of these. This one I decided this was going to be the word of the day, and then here would be a gratitude log. But I don't want to say that I'm ungrateful, because I am very grateful. But I don't want to make this I'm going to write 1 through 30, everything I'm grateful for. I think I'm going to just do little short sentences or just a little short story or something that I'm not tied to every day, because I can always incorporate that into my journaling spot, but I don't want it to be like this. This I like the word of the day because it's sort of my mood tracker. This I don't want to feel compelled to give thanks, and I know that sounds horrible, but I don't. Yeah. And this, I just added some additional. So I added some strips of this paper that came from the stash, and then I added this red, and it was really more to tie in that right there. And I think this looks really pretty. So guess what time it is, guys? Guess it is Nichisaturday, where every Saturday I join Jazmin and Miranda here on YouTube, where we work in our Skinny Classic, Happy Planner, Happy Nichi, Happy Bullet Journal. And I am really leaning into the bullet journal aspect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out for right now. I think I have kind of a plan. and then I have absolutely no plan. So par for course. Now I did find this, and it took me some doing because it was actually not only tucked away, but it had actually slipped out of place. And so, yeah, I spent about 20 minutes looking for this, but these are all in the colors that I love. And you guys know I absolutely love this washi right here. So definitely want to put that into use. And then what I have is Dates and Holidays, the memory keeping one. I have this since I've been using it. On the side here, I have all of the offcuts of paper that I have, and these are some extra papers that I have as well. And then I did go through my washi sticker stash and added some more in there. So that's all going to be here to the side. And this is the first time we are going to be setting this up like this. So I have a general idea of how I want this to look like, but I'm not really sure how it's going to come together. So if the video is a little bit longer than normal, I apologize. Okay, so this is going to be our weekly. And I'm just going to cut this off. If you guys haven't seen the video, I did take a big Happy Planner note paper and cut down these sheets right here, because you can get 2 sheets, because I didn't want anything with a border on there. And good luck to you if you are looking for a Happy Planner product that doesn't come with a border. In fact, I don't think that exists. And so I wanted to put a strip down, and I did some counting earlier. I always do that. The paper is exactly the same on both sides. I don't know why I feel the need to turn it around like it's different. And then as soon as I realize I've done it, it makes me laugh. Goodness. But I did do some counting earlier on what's in the notebook already, because these are all exactly the same. And I can get 7 days on here if I count out every 6 spaces. And I've yet to order the adhesive roller, so we still deal with that. And I think I'm gonna put this to the side just a little. So let's start counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I might have messed that up. We'll see. We'll see how many we can get in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no! Yay, we did it! Now, even though I like using a ruler and whatnot in my work one, because this is really collaged, and I like the collage look, this haphazard line is fine. I'm getting out the stickers that I ordered from Christy Marie Designs, although I think we're going to use the transparent ones, because then that green paper will shine through. But I also think they might be a little long. Yeah. So I'm going to cut these down. And so let me go put that on the page, and I'll bring you right back, but I'll just do the abbreviation of 3 days like you'd normally see on all of these, and then that way that'll fit nicely. And I'll also put the days down as well. So I'll be right back. All right, so it is Monday the 2nd through Sunday the 8th. In the setup video, I wasn't sure if I had another one, and I do, and this one actually has quite a bit of the gold remaining, and so yay. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but definitely some. Quite a bit, but definitely some. Oh, goodness. And I just want to, at the top, I want to do the week. So we'll use one of these. I might need to jump on Amazon or Joann's, maybe even Zulily, and see if they have either this colorful boxes or any of the other ones. Because if I'm going to continue with this kind of setup throughout the months, then I'm definitely going to need more of the just generic boxes versus anything themed. And so this is November 2nd through November 8th, 2020. All right, so this actually, in my mind, this is going to be where I track my meals, and not like from a dietary standpoint, but you guys know I like to film my lunch and my breakfast. Well, lately it's just been lunch because I want to pretend like I'm a Korean vlogger. And so that's where I'm going to track that. That's the only reason for the weekly, because my daily will actually have what's gone on in the day. And if I need to, I can always highlight the highlight reel. I know, guys. I know. But I'm looking at this and I'm seeing what I'd like to include, because I'd actually really like something that goes vertical, and a lot of these look to be going horizontal. I don't think I've ever used this one. I don't know. Let's see how this looks as just an accent. Oh, and already I'm having problems. I don't want to kill the bird. So I'll put that down. I don't think that looks too bad. Well, it'd be better if it weren't crooked. And then maybe we can layer this gray one. Again, it's just a decorative element. And we'll cut the flower right there. And then we'll look, oh, maybe we can find something in here. Now this one, it's a very interesting washi sticker book, but it's also, it's kind of annoying too. So like these first sheets right here, it is a solid sheet sticker. There is no cutouts in here. And so that's good because you can cut out pieces or whatever. These here are, you've got some like, well, let me just do this one. That's a piece. You've got pieces here and there, but then if you wanted to, you could also cut the background. So it's a very strange kind of sticker book. I like the stickers. It's strange. And that one, relatively speaking, was easy to bring up. I was having some problems last night when I was playing with the other sections to try to lift them. The struggle is real, guys. Because I don't know what's crooked, if it's my eyes, if it's the punch, because that could be a thing. Yeah. Well, that page is done. So that's all we're going to do for that. And then for the dailies, because this is how it's really going to fundamentally change, I want to put some color down on the page before I put some paper down on the page. I'm thinking and I'm trying to talk, and that never goes well for me. See, and when I set up my work, oh, I didn't mean to cut you. So when I set up my work overview, I did not realize I had this pen because it was turned up the wrong way. You don't actually need to know that, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm thinking out loud. Okay, so no, I think that's too bold. I normally don't hesitate this much. I'm normally like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just see how it goes. And you're probably like, what are you doing? Just putting some color on the page. And I might hate this. In fact, I'm not a fan as we speak. Oh, but it doesn't bleed through, nor is there any ghosting, which is good. And I'm going to do it to this side as well. What color is that? 850. I think I like that one the best of all so far. And that down, and this down. And I need to put him back on his perch because he's even going to get stabbed again or poked again, and not like in a menacing way, but just because the space is small. So he's right up there. Don't worry, he's watching. He's supervising. He's good. He's good. And then I'm going to take some of the paper. So something like this. I'm going to cut it all kinds of crooked. And not like artistically, but more because I can't cut a straight line. And we're going to put that up there. And you might be wondering, what in the world are you doing? Well, when I do my dailies, and it's daily journaling, that's what's going to go in here. I'm going to set up Monday with you guys, and then I'm going to leave the rest of the week loosey-goosey because I want to see, do I truly just want a defined amount of space and then I will journal accordingly? Or do I want to just keep journaling and then start the next day whenever that's done? Because right now, the way that I've been doing it is I just journal to the space. And it's fine. It works. But I'm really just interested in seeing, do I write more? Do I write less? If it's up to me of when to stop. Now, that's a very bizarre statement because it's always up to me because I designate the space. But I guess for me, the difference is I pre-designate the space, and so going into the week, and it might be easier if I show you. I'll move this. So this here, I made this spread and I put this down more because it was cute. And going into the week, I knew that either I'd have to write very small or I couldn't write a lot. Executive decision. These, I gave myself more space. And so it was the same. So you can write more, you can write bigger because I fill the space. I love writing on a page. But I want to see, what does my writing change? Does my journaling change? does my method change if the space is up to me on a daily basis versus, you know, set out like that on a weekly basis? Again, I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I'm curious. And I saw that, and that what inspired me to try that is a channel here on YouTube. I believe it's called Sunday Scriptorium. I love her channel. She makes such relaxing videos. Love her voice. And she also does like calligraphy, but not like the modern stuff, but like old school, the kind you'd see in manuscripts kind of calligraphy. And that is just so gorgeous to me. And there was a hot second that I thought, you know what, I'm going to learn how to do just regular old-fashioned manuscript calligraphy because I just love the look of it. And then I realized quite quickly, I just want the look of it. I don't actually want to know how to do it. Because really what I love is words on a page. And so that's kind of why I did the writing video the other day, where I didn't explain what I was doing. I just turned on the camera and I wrote something in my regular script, and then I wrote it in my regular script, but a lot slower, and then I read it. And I put it in black and white because when I was editing, the lighting was bad because of the way I had to put what I'm holding the camera with, and I didn't realize there were filters that I could use, and that one made it look both moody, but also there wasn't that much shadowing because everything was black and white, so everything was a shadow. Again, I don't know if any of this is making sense, but I love writing on a page, and so I'm not committed to doing a new font style or a new writing style because I like how it looks on someone else's page. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. That was a lot of rambling, and I don't even know if I said anything. Yeah. I'm finding this harder than I thought because I was in a bit of a groove with previous Nichisaturdays. I never knew from week to week what I was going to do, but I did know that the week would be on 2 pages. That was a given. That is not a given anymore because we've got our week here, and then I'm actually going to do at least 3 of these pages decorated but open. And so it makes me feel creative, but it also makes me feel a little stressed out because that's just a lot of things to do. Does that make sense? Am I just talking bubbles? I might just be talking bubbles. All right, so these 2 pages are what is facing each other. And I'm hoping, and I don't know that I like the look of it. I think I was hoping it would be a little bit more watercolory, but it's not, and I'll deal with that. But what I really wanted to do was just introduce some color to the background because the white is quite stark. I think probably not this month, just to keep it a little consistent, but if I continue this process in future months, then I might color wash either by way of watercolors or maybe try my hand at tea staining, but bringing some of the whiteness out of the paper. But I'm hoping that once I start writing that it'll just peek through and it won't just seem so discombobulated as it is there. Okay, so we're going to go back to Christie's stickers, and like I said, with you guys, I'm going to put Monday down, and then I'm going to put a day or the number, why wouldn't I have an entire month here? Why is so much of that missing? Who even knows? Well, I'm taking the last two off the page. And so that's Monday the 2nd. I will write for how long I want. It could be the whole thing. It could be that right there. I don't know. We'll figure that out on Monday. And so I will actually be doing an after the pen on this before Nichi Saturday, so we can kind of see how this is going. Although that actually looks quite cute. I think that helped, and I think this kind of ties together the two pages. Yeah, all right. So now that we have these right here, let's again put some color on the page. And in my head, so long as I'm using the same pens, then it should match, right? That's the thing, right? And I just thought it's a little bizarre that I don't want the center, but that I do want color on the page. I don't know, it seems a little bizarre to me right in this moment. So we don't have to match the other pages, so we can put these away. But let's see what we have here. This one, it kind of goes all over the place. And there's this map one. Oh, and I think this is the Constitution. It's hard to read some of it, but this right here says, Judge of the world, the representatives of the United States of America, the authority of the good people of those colonies solemnly publish. I don't know. It's kind of interesting though. So, well, no, we don't have to use that, Johanna. We can choose another thing. Now I like that. Okay, so no matter how I cut this, I'm going to be cutting one of these postcards away. And I don't know what's in frame for you guys. So let's cut the butterfly wing off right there. Sorry. And we can put that right up there. And then we can cut right here. Nope, still over the discs. I don't want to have to punch this. Okay, so I think that actually looks good. Let me tape these down. I know it must drive you guys crazy to see me fighting with that tape, which somehow I've misplaced. Oh, there it is. So I'll tape those down, and this will go here, that will go there, and then I'll bring you back when I'm done with that. All right, so stuck these down. This is actually just that little piece I cut from there, just turned over. The back side of that is orange. So I have this. So let me cut that right there. And it looks like it's like little panels. So this makes one, this makes one. And so it's easy to kind of separate, which is good. And let's do a little bit of layering. Because it's washi, it'll sort of disappear into the background. And yeah, the writing goes that way. And then I think what I'm going to do is, so I'll do my writing, add in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, go as long as I need to. And if while I'm writing I want to add some more embellishments, because I'm going to be doing that here, then I certainly can do that. But at least like we did with the November setup, I've given myself some good bones. So let's do this one as well. And this first week will really be a tester for me, because I don't know if I'm gonna like that you just write until you don't want to write anymore. That might bother me. That might be something I absolutely adore. I have no idea. So when we do the After the Pen next week, and then in its own video we do Nichisaturday for next Saturday, then I'll have a better idea of what I'd like to try. If that makes any sense. So I'm gonna just glue this down. And I mentioned that Sunday Scriptorium, she does hers in astrology. And I like that. I like that she doesn't confine herself to this space. And that's really what I wanted to test out in this month, in this week. I want to mention that just in case you were thinking she was Happy Planner World. You're probably not going to see something like this from Happy Planner World. Generally speaking, my friend Andy used to do something very similar where she'd put all of her trackers and whatnot in her Happy Planner, and she would film videos. But generally speaking, most Happy Planner channels, which more and more, I don't consider myself a Happy Planner channel as much as I use Happy Planner products, they just use the pre-made stuff because for them, that works for them. So, I mean, it's no shade or anything. It doesn't work for me, and I'm more and more coming to the realization of that. And so I've kind of been inspired by people outside of Happy Planner World because of that. Oh, and I just cut that. That actually looks really cute. I'm going to leave that as is because I don't know how much space I'm actually going to need. So let me get organized. Let me put this back on the discs and I'll bring you guys right back. Okay guys, so did put it on back on the discs, and I know because I'm going to forget, I've written down the numbers. It does include that pink one that I have not actually used, but I think I will be maybe doing some accents with this, just because I know me, I will forget. And I did buy that from Amazon, and I will link that below if you're interested. As I mentioned in the setup video, this is just me playing with my stuff. I'm really loving the vintage. I'm really loving the colors. It still pulls warm to me, so you sort of get that fall feeling, but I never want you guys to think, oh, well, go buy this and go buy this and go buy this. No, I think you should just use the stuff you have. And okay, I've never said this out loud before, but I love looking at magazines for the pictures. I never read the articles, but more and more magazines and catalogs kind of skeeve me out because I'm like, who has touched this? And I used to be someone who would take magazines from doctor's offices. And even before the pandemic, I would be like, wait, this is a room full of sick people. Why am I touching this stuff? And the older that I get, the more skewed out I get about things like that, because I think you can find some amazing images in magazines and catalogs and things, but the thought of touching one just grosses me out. And I don't know why. I mean, and I guess because I buy most of my stuff online, I can kind of fool myself in thinking, well, no one has touched these things. It went straight from the factory floor to the shelf and a robot picked it up, when I know that's not the case. A human person put them in the box and shipped them to me. But somehow I can disassociate myself from people touching that versus, magazines people have thrown through at the checkout line at their local CVS. I can't do it. So if you can, and more kudos to you because there's just so many amazing images out there, then use that. Use your scrapbook paper. I have found through my journey that pre-made layouts don't work for me. And then I do love the creative process of something like this. Now, I don't know how functional this will be, and we're going to test that out, and I'll definitely talk about that next week, but I just love the aspect of play. I love how these pages look. Not sure about that for right now, but again, we're testing things out, and once the black ink goes on top of it, I might not even notice it that much, but we shall see. And I have to tell you, it's just like the October bullet journal that I made. I've already flipped through this a few times. Last night when I was playing, I flipped through this a few times today because I love the look of it. I'm so excited for November to hit so that I can come in here and then I can just write and I can play and I can just do what I want to do. And I absolutely love that. This here is just more of a storage area than anything, so that's not actually for next week. That's just where I'm keeping things, and then we'll figure it out. If I need to add more pages, if this is way too much space, who knows? We'll see. Now, instead of saying, okay, well, what would you call this spread? Because the entire month will kind of look like each other. For the question today, since this will be posted on Halloween, what is your favorite candy treat? Is it chocolate? Is it fruity? Is it minty? Is it licorice? What is that? Definitely comment that in the comment section below. All right, guys, Bucky is here. I think he approves. I think I see a bit of approval in his eyes right now. But from Bucky and I, thank you guys so much for following us on this journey. And as always, aloha.